So today we're going to be changing out some axles on this Traxxas Rustler 4x4 VXL. These are very notorious for snapping axles. Today I ended up snapping one of the front ones for the first time. Usually I snap the back ones. Here are the part numbers for front and back, one of each. Today I ended up snapping the front one from down here, as you guys can see. So we're going to go ahead and show you guys how to replace them. It's really easy. You guys can upgrade to metal, but I'm just going to stick with plastic ones. So just go ahead and remove this nut. These are aftermarket wheels, so they are a little bigger than the stock ones. That is not the reason why they snap. It's just they have so much torque on them, power, whatever you want to call it, that they end up snapping them. So you got to remove this little hub adapter. Be very careful not to lose that little pin that I almost dropped right now. It slides right in there and it sits flush inside of that. That's what locks it and keeps the wheel from not spinning freely, or else you'll be spinning freely on the actual axle. So don't lose this little pin. Just slides right out. There's a washer behind it. As you see, there's a bearing, so make sure you guys get that and put it on the new one as well. So like I said, get that little bearing off. There's a little pin in here that you need if you don't have the whole kit. I'm actually using parts that I already have that I've used before, and since I snapped the insides before, I have the outsides that are good. So there's a little pin in there that comes out. That's what holds that one. The reason why I'm saying that is because this one, I do not have it in there. So make sure if you do this way, because you can buy the axles in pieces and put it together. I prefer just buying the whole thing. But since I have so many extra spares of axles of me breaking them, I just use what I can until I need to open a new one. So I got the old one out. The new one, oops, the little pins in there. We also got to remove these two screws right here so this could flop open, so that you can slide the new axle in easier. There's other ways you can do it, but I find this easier to do. So sorry about that, guys. You take off this screw and this screw, and then you can open this up, slide it in there. Oops, wrong screw. So just make sure you tighten all your screws up back again. So this will pop out a little bit, so make sure you have it pulled out so you can see that hole. Put your little washer back in there. Don't forget your little pin. I like to turn it sideways a little bit so you can kind of put it in there, kind of line it up. And as you line it up, make sure you have it as center as possible. Okay. It's a little harder to press in, but once you put the actual wheel on, it actually pushes it in nicely, as long as it's lined up in the backside. Go and get your little nut. Tying your wheel back up. Nice and tight. And as you can see, it's back on. Let's go ahead and turn it on so you guys can see it run. So as you see, it's all put back together. It's the same thing for both sides when you change them out. It's actually pretty easy to change out the inside if you ever break them. As you can kind of see in here, there's a little right there, Allen key head right there that you can change out, and this literally just flops off to your side, and you can actually just put a brand new inner one if you break the inside of the axle, which I've done. It's pretty easy to break them when you go full throttle on these little guys. I've replaced both sides on the rear, and pretty easy to replace as well. The front was a little bit more into it, but they're pretty easy. As you guys can see, anybody can do them. Just wanted to have a video since some people are wondering how hard it is to change them since they snap them all the time. And if you guys need help on step by step, I'm more than happy to help you guys out. Just let me know in the comments or send me a message, and I can walk you guys through it. It's pretty simple though. But thank you guys for watching my video. Have a good day.